just try to remember that listening is a profound way of supporting someone. Now, there's a particular circumstance in which this is a real issue, and that is for local businesses, because many business people have told me what a tremendous load it is when they might themselves be affected, and all of the customers coming in and they all want to tell their story. And not only that, tourists coming in and saying, "Oh my God, were you here for the storm?" And they want to hear about the storm for their own curiosity. And so the person who's getting this all day finds this really wearing and tedious. And it's a serious, you could say, emotional stress on people, when in fact life is very hard anyway. Now, there's a couple of things about this. The first is that if we relate to what I've been saying about talking, it's sometimes a bit comforting for the shop proprietor to think giving 2 or 3 minutes to this person talking is actually creating for them a sense that the local people that they regularly see in the shops and so on are part of a supportive community. And if you are serving someone and they've done the transaction and then they start talking, probably they won't want to talk for a long time. There are probably some individuals that might, but most people just want to say a few sentences. And if you just give them that time, they'll go away thinking that they feel really positively supported. It's just a few sentences. And then you can maybe think about some ready-made words that you can have that can kind of move the conversation on, just tactfully and gently. You can, as they draw breath, you can say, "I'm so glad that you've been able to do that. Let me know how it goes next time you come in. I've got to just do this. I've got to duck out the back." You know, so that you keep moving on. And I've found that when I have had meetings with a group of business people, I remember once being in Halls Gap, a really important tourist town, after a bushfire had occurred, and there was a meeting of the local proprietors, and they were really complaining about how heavy it was. And there were a number of them that actually thought up very good replies and very good things to say. And together they shared so that they all were able to take it on, because I think we can help each other out. Some people will think of these words for this situation, other people have thought of words for that situation. And so I think there's a very valuable thing in business people getting together and sharing their experience and what they've learned to do. So it could be as simple as, I know that in Port Arthur, in the cafe, there's a notice there saying, "Please do not ask the staff about the shooting," from Port Arthur. And that's what they wanted to do. Other people have done similar things in Black Saturday. But if you're just dealing with the local people, the talking is very important. And if you can just have some ways of giving a little signal that you've got a moment, but only a moment. And maybe your body language can be doing that. You can be starting to tidy up something as the conversation's going along, and then you take that moment to say, "Thanks for sharing it with me. I'm really pleased," or "I'm sorry this," or "I hope that." And that's enough to then be able to move on. And I think it's really important for business people to have their own support networks. And if you think that you're giving something to the community, it's perhaps not quite so irritating and frustrating, because you're wanting to do your work and keep getting interrupted. But if you can think to yourself, maybe you're the only one that's hearing this. Maybe there's an isolated person. Always consider, am I the only one that's hearing this? What an important role that is. They've got one outlet. And then the business people can meet together. I think the more they can have opportunities, have a few drinks on Friday night or something, and just swap this experience, because they too need to pour out their experience. And of course, it may be useful sometimes even to get a trained person to have a session, a bit of a debrief session, to help people process things and maybe get some advice on how to handle difficulties with people as well.